Right. Yeah, we are alive. Uh, YouTube and TikTok, right? Sorry about that. Okay, so uh, I was saying that you should have your Wix account ready. As you get started, I'll be showing you how to get your website online, how to get, how to build a portfolio website, and I will show you how to get it online, but will not complete that step. I'll just show you. I'll just give you a tip on how to complete that step. Okay, so I wanted to check TikTok. Right, let's get started. I wish you can change the title. Alright, so this is the page we are going to build, the about page. So I'm going to basically show you all these sections right here. This section we looked at it in the last video, but we're going to recreate it again today. And then you're going to put a section for a video, for your video, maybe your reel, sorry. Then we have a section for a slider. Okay, so we have this section for the services that are offered. Then we have section for testimonials. Then we have a section for the contact page, contact form. Then lastly, we have another section that has some kind of a promo. Maybe it will be like a promo banner, right? The footer as well. So let's go to the website that we were working on last time, and we'll see how far we have. And also in the last video we talked about how to get your business online. I showed you some of the ways you can use to make money online, like having an e-commerce shop, like drop shipping, like affiliate marketing, and many other ways. I have a free guide for you on the website at mugabeimran.com that you can download. Right, so let's get started by editing this site. I already showed you how to get an account and how to create the site, but it's very simple to get an account. Just use your Google account, or you just use your Facebook account to get a Wix account. And then once you are logged in, you just click on create new site. Very easy steps. You can refer to the last video, please. So today, just go to the next steps and do some editing the website. We're going to build a full page. I don't know how many hours it will take us, maybe 3 or more, but we are going to make sure that before we leave this place, have uh, have a full page, a full portfolio site that you can present. Okay, and we are using Wix Studio. Remember, we are using Wix Studio, a very powerful, responsive AI website builder. So joyful. As you can see here, they show you some of the stuff. Positions, they have the CSS grids, they have the flexbox stuff, so that when your website can look good on every device size, whether it's a small size tablet, a phone, or a laptop. So let's get our Wix is taking long to load, but let's get started right away. I can't wait to show you all this stuff. And by the way, the next few tutorials will be looking at how to build other stuff, other types of websites, like travel websites, like e-commerce websites. So you guys, you can leave your comments. You can let me know which one do you want to see first. This one, what you are building right now, is a blog website. So first of all, I want us to add something like a hero section here. So this one was basically a template that I edited a little bit, but in the last video I showed you how to start a website from scratch. Okay, so this page is not what we are going to be working on. We are going to be working on a whole new page that we are going to start from scratch. This is the page I've showed you right here. This one, we start from this section, come down here, we bring this one, and so on. Have a section for a video. Maybe you have your own video, promo video, a short reel video that contains your work. And then we have a section for services, and we have a section for testimonials. We have a section for the contact page, so the contact form, and maybe a banner to promote some of your other cool stuff. So let's get started right away with the Wix Studio. Yeah, but before we go to the other new page and we start that, I want us to add a small section here, like a big slider that will be containing some of the new content that is being produced. So in order to do that, I've clicked on this button right here, add section. And once you add section, you can choose a grid layout, or you can just go to design section. The easy way is to go to design section, and then you can choose one of these sections right here. Let's go to the about and look for this one. I like this one, full one, but in this case I want us to use a slider. So let's look for a slider. So look for a slider. You can go through these tabs here, or you can go straight to the wireframe. So I've seen a nice sliders. So from wireframes, go to slideshow directly, no wasting time. Then you look for a slider. There's this one, there is this type, there is this type, which is a full screen. I think I'll go with this one, which is a full screen. Okay, so click once, or you can drag and drop. Just click once and it applies like that. So first things first is to change the background image. So for example, here on my page, let me go to the home page right here. I want you to pay close attention in this video, because you're going to see very powerful stuff. So we are on the home page, right? So on the home page, I have a slider right here, and I want to get this image, or maybe this one. You can start with the crypto image and go. Maybe you have, let's look for three of them. By the way, you can right click on this and say open image in new tab. Okay, that's back. And try again, right click, open image in new tab. Okay, we have a small size, but I think I have a bigger size and a larger size on the computer somewhere. But maybe we'll start with that. So let's go back to the editor, the Wix Studio editor, and click on the background, the image, and click on change image. So we have this one, crypto. For crypto, let's start with this one. Then we are going to reduce, it's powerful, and it's going to overpower the words, even if we change the words to white. Like that. You click on the text and you go to this panel here, inspector panel, and you click on you choose the color, the text color. And we have to do something about the button too. Maybe you go to the background is 0, that means there's no background, but then there is a border. So the border is at 100, and there's the width is one pixel. So that's why you see that small line around the button. Okay, so that's what we want to change the color. We want to change the color of that to maybe this one. No, actually we don't want the fill color. Let's take that back to 0. Then we want the border color to be maybe the green or the red or this color. Let's try the green. Let's try this one. And then the text as well, you have to change the text color from here. Click on the color and choose the color that you want, maybe white. And then as you can see, the image is still overpowering the text. So what we want to do is click on the image itself, background image, and here on the background color, make sure we have at least black or some other color that you want. And then you reduce the image opacity from 100 to maybe 70. Let's try to type in, click there, type in 79, or maybe just 70. That's enough. So now we can see that we can see some of our text now coming through. So we can just click on the text. Remember, so that you click once on the stack, you click on the items within the stack. So in this case, the text, and you choose edit text, and you type, let's type crypto trading apps in Uganda, and we can go back to this. You can go back to the site and get some text, small text to add to our new website. And we are trying to move from the Wix editor to the Wix Studio editor, a more responsive website builder. Websites are more responsive based on device type or device size, screen size. Okay. So the websites look great on every screen size. That's what we call by responsive. Anyways, kind of difficult to talk while you are doing some other stuff. Let's just copy this small text, come back to the Wix Studio edit and paste it here. Control V. Let's close out some of these tabs. I don't think we need them. ChatGPT right here. Okay, so that's one. But then remember how we said slider, and as you can see the buttons here for the slider, we need to do some work on them too. They are in black color. So when you select them and we go to settings, okay, some of the elements you can edit their settings right here on the left. As you can see, when you click on any of the element, the settings will come here. So for example, in our case, this button, we need to look for borders and change the color of the borders. You see we have one pixel on the border, so change the color from black, and maybe we put white, or we put this cyan color. So that's the border, and then we have the icon inside that arrow. That's the icon. So you go to icon and choose the color from black to, let's take that one, cyan. Next is we have two arrows. There's this one on the left, and there's also another one on the right, which you might have noticed. So again, select it and wait for the settings to load here. It shouldn't. I don't know why my machine is working a little bit slow. So change the color of the border. And if there's text, there are some buttons which have text on them. If there's text, that's where you change the color of the text from. And next is the icon. Okay, so the good thing is for this slider item, I change the color of the icon. So that's how you create a slider in the Wix Studio. Very responsive slider, because if you want to see how responsive it is, you can check up here. This is the tablet mode. So from the tablets to other screens, this is how it will look like. Then this is the mobile screen size. So this is how it looks like, and we haven't changed anything, but it's already as responsive as you can see. So let's go back to the desktop size and change the color of the icon to cyan. Okay, so next is the problem. how has this size like that? Here's the thing, you can just use these buttons. You see this undo takes us back, but there is a problem. I think there's a problem with this template. It's the way it loads very slowly. So here's the thing, if you want to change the content of the other, if you want to edit the content of the other slides, was the number one slide, you have to select it, select the slide, and go to this button right here, the layers. You have to look for layers. So from the layers, you will see that we are in one item number one, and the other items are here. Other items. So this item we haven't edited it. There's another item. So the slider right now, it has 3 items within the slideshow. Okay, so that's what you need to take note of. And for now, we are not going to edit it, but you can come in here and just follow the steps we have followed. By click on the image, you click on change image, and we need another image. Let's see this one. I found that one is maximized, and you copy it that way, it comes out maximized. So let's copy the link, go back to Wix and click on upload media and use a link. Paste the link here, click on import. Rename it. And click on update. I don't want this text in this thing. The text here looks. Let me try to look for another photo very quick. Actually, you guys should. I think you guys should take this as your. Let me just look for a photo in Wix. You see Wix media from Wix right here. These are all free photos that you can use in your website. Media from Wix, and there's also unsplash.com integrated within here. So let's go to media from Wix. Search for crypto. No. Search for website design, right? Cool stuff. Yes, so website design, and let's click on this first photo and just click on update. That's it. So what can we do here? You can change the title by clicking on the stack and then click on the text within the stack. Change this one to how to build website, and then you can look for a post that relates to that. Maybe how to create a free website with Wix. That might work. Or on the YouTube channel there is a video, but let's not link to a video. Let's just link with. You can link, by the way, you can link to a video, as I was just going to show you. Let me just show you that, because right now what we have linked to, uh, and we hadn't even linked anything yet, but this is where you link this button right here. So once you click on the button and you click this button link, this is where you link anything. You can link to a YouTube video, you can link to a Facebook video or a Facebook page, you can link to anything. You can even link to a download file. So for example, here I can link to a page within the website. So I say that I'm going to link to web design section of the blog, so that when someone clicks on this button, they will go straight to the page that includes all the posts about web design. We have web page or web address, so you can just paste a link here like garyimran.com or any other link and click on done. Or anchors, I showed you anchors in the last video. Maybe we shall look at them again in this video if time allows. And you see, as you can see, you can even link to email and document, as I just said, downloadable document and then add pages. So let's just link to this web design section of the blog and click. Let's get some small copy. Let's get a small copy from here and paste it right here. And that's it. So we have two sliders done. If you go back to the layers panel right here, layers tab, we have this item worked on, and this item is still with the template, with the wireframe items, the default items. But the next item in the slider, we have worked on it. So let's try to preview this. Let's try to preview and we see. So in order to preview your website, you go to this button here and click on preview, like the eye button. So normally the sliders are usually automatic, they automatically slide, right? But this one I think is not. So I think that setting is missing. We need to go back and put it in. But you can click, you see, I think it's working, but it just delayed. So this slider, we need to work on it. The next slider is the one that we have just finished working on, as you can see. So that's the slider on your website. That's how we create it. You can publish if you have all the changes ready. All right. Okay, next, let's first delete this section here. We don't need this one. So just click once and use the backspace. And I don't know if we need this one, but let's just leave it there for now, this section. And if you want, you can also change the text, these buttons here. For example, instead of saying explore, I can just click on the button and change the text from explore to learn more. Okay, and close it out. So this link has not yet been set, by the way. I almost forgot. So this page is going to be for the crypto. So when someone clicks on this page, the learn more button, it takes them to the page that contains all the other posts about cryptocurrency. But it was supposed to take people to the post that says crypto trading. So this new post, there's a new post here on the blog that says the best 10 cryptocurrency trading apps. So that's the link that we need to connect to this button. So in this case, instead of linking to the page, we are going to link to a web address. This the link here, and it's going to be opening in a new tab. But if you want, you can choose it opens up in current tab and click done. So that's done. With that done, let's move on to the next task for today. So our next task Our next task for today is to create this about page, but I'm not sure why this thing is too heavy for me. Let's try. I guess because we have many pages here, we might end up deleting some of these pages. But the page we are going to work on is the about page. If you don't have a page yet, just click on this plus button and create your new page, blank page, and start adding sections. Okay, so I think we have our new page. Create a new page by going here and clicking on add page. The page comes up somewhere here, right? It's down here. And then you have to change the name of the page. Okay, right here. So we have to change the name of the page, but you also have to do something about the SEO for the page. Take a sip of water. So you have to do something. You have to change the name of the page right here and call it maybe about us or something like that. And then you have to click. Let's go back to this tab and go back to the page and click on these three dots. You have to go to the SEO basics. Then you have to change this one, the URL. See now it's saying blank because the page was blank. It was a blank page. But we need to give it a name so that here at the top it doesn't look like your name, maybe mobgawiimran.com / blank. That's how it look like. This is the URL that you see here. So we need to change it from blank to maybe about us, about dash us, or my story, or whatever you want to call this page. But now since I already have the page, the about us page, I'm going to delete this page, this new page we just created right now. But I've just showed you how to change the settings in the SEO. This is the cool part, right? Okay, so get out of the way how to create a page. Now let's go to how to edit your page, adding new sections and all that. So let's go back here. We need to create a section that looks like this. Now remember, if you remember about the grids, this is the grid you are going to create. You are going to create a grid, I believe, with two sections. If you want, you can add another section. They call them cells in the Wix Studio. So the section is this full part is the section with the photo and this text. But if you want, you can create a cell. These ones are cells. The cell is the photo and another cell has this text. If you want, you can divide the cell and put the title on its own cell and put the button on its own cell. So in this case, you would have a section with one cell, two cells, three, four cells. But in my case, I think we are going to use only two cells in this section. Okay, let's do it. Too much talking. So this is the page about us page that I created some time back, and if you go to SEO, you'll notice I already changed it to about. So click on the add section and click on designed section. Okay, if you are following along, go to about and let's look for a section. These are designed sections, but if you want, you can check the wireframes. So from wireframes, we have also, they are kind of designed, but they are not complete. So you have to do some work to them. So let's go with this one here, the wireframes. But we have, if you go back to sections, you look for about, there's this one here, similar to what we are trying to achieve. Another one is here, also a bit similar to what we are trying to, we are looking for. but I will use this one from the wireframes. Just click it once and it applies. Then we have to do the changes, we have to edit. So starting with the photo, I have to look for a photo to replace here. So I'll look for, maybe I can right click on this one, open it up in a new tab, use the link, copy the link here, go back to Wix Studio, click on the image and go to change image and go to site files and go to add upload media and choose the option for link using the link. Then you can paste your link here and click on import. Okay, now we have started and you're going to go first because in the last video I showed you guys how to do this stuff. So you're going to be fast. So first of all, remove this stuff here. Just give your photo a very good name. Probably something that is SEO friendly. If you are a digital marketer, you can probably put your name there and say that you are Imran Digital Marketer in Uganda. So this text, remember the computers or the search engines can see this text on the image. So that's why you need to put, don't have to leave it blank. Alright, that looks nice. Yeah, remember we are trying to replicate everything here. So next one is the title. So we come to select, click and drag to select, Ctrl C to copy the text. Select the text, go back to your text, and remember one thing, I'm going to say this one last time. Click on the cell and click on the stack. This is the stack. Then click again to select the text or the items within the stack and click on edit text to place or replace your text. Okay, now the first thing we are going to do is I don't like this font. We should have done this earlier on. So go to this, the left hand side, look for this branding here. It's called the site styles. From site styles, we are going to select, we need to select the typography. So typography, we already have our heading, and if you click on this pencil icon, you see that we have Antonio Bold as the font. Okay, so that's the Antonio Bold font that I want. And in order to put it here in this text to apply it, you need to go here to select the site style. Say I'm looking for heading number 1, and as you can see, we have our heading number 1 applied with the site style that we are looking for. So if you don't have this set yet, you can click on the pencil icon and click on the font and come down to upload a font if you have your font on the computer or if you downloaded it. I even showed you how to download the fonts in the last video. So you can upload font or you can scroll through and look for any font that you want to use for your website. Alright, so with that said, I will go on and paste my other text here. This one here. Just drag, select, Ctrl C to copy the text, and use edit text, use Ctrl V to paste the text. This looks like too much text, but let's go with that. Then the next one is the button. So this button takes people to the blog, and I think it's square button. It's not round corners like this one. So I select the button and go to the left hand section, the inspector panel, and look for the corners. So the corners should not be they should not have any radius. It should be 0 radius. Okay, that's how we get those sharp corners. And next is maybe we can edit the button to have some, it like a hover. You see this hover effect? When I bring the mouse over the button, it changes to orange. That's the hover effect. I also showed you how to apply the hover effect in the last video. But let's do it again. Let's see. So let's check. First of all, I will use these controls to scale it a little bit, make it a little bit big, and then I would say see blog. That's it. Or read blog. That's the pattern. The button, I click, choose the link as I just showed you, and look for the blog page and click done. For the section, I will look for, if there's the all posts section, that's it. Takes them to the all posts. Now for the color, I can look for the fill color right here. It's 0%. That means there's no fill color. And if you take it to 100%, you notice we have black color. So maybe we want this color or this green, and then the text should be color white for now. Color white. And let's see for the hover effect right here on the right hand side, the regular button and the hover effect. So the hover button should change the color to this one, and the text color to black. That's the hover effect. And if you want, you can click on the preview button to see this effect in motion. So if I bring the mouse over, you notice we have the hover effect, but I want to apply borderline. I want to apply the borderline. So maybe like this one, this white borderline you see on that button, that subscribe button. So the borderline, you go to border and click on the color. Let's apply the color to this one, and then to the hover, the borderline is going to be black, and it's going to be, yeah, I think it's one pixel. Next, that section is done, and you move on to the next section. So the next section has what we call the show reel. So it includes, let me first mute the audio so it doesn't make noise for us. Maybe you can leave it in. The next section might have, maybe it's your sample work. It can be your sample work. It can be a video that you have an interview with some big person in your industry and you want to highlight it on your portfolio page. Maybe you have a sales video that you want to display, anything. So this hero section for the video, this is what you are going to create. For me, it contains my sample work for graphics, 3D, and TV commercials that I was doing at the time. So if you notice something here is Vimeo, the Vimeo logo, which means this video is embedded within the site from the Vimeo platform, vimeo.com. If you click on this link, it takes you to that specific video on the Vimeo page, the Vimeo platform, almost like YouTube, but I think this one at high end. So let's first close that. Let's go back to the site and look for that section. So what you see here, this subscribe link, subscribe section is part of the footer. It's part of the footer section. So don't mind that. Let's add the next section. It's going to be a video promo or a video reel. Alright. So again, just go to add section and go to design this section and look for a section that is similar to something that you are looking for. Yeah, sometimes I take my time and I look through almost all of them. And by the way, sometimes you might not find what you are looking for and you will have to design it from scratch. So maybe I've seen something like this, like I've seen something here. uh, so this might work. Depends on what you're looking for. Also, you can check out the layout tools. There are some section grids that you could apply. Now, for example, in our case, you might want something like this, but you can resize up to all these. Let me first check out. Okay, so let's go to layout tools and go to section grids and choose this one, because the reason we have chosen that one is because we have a video and we have text up here. So we could make this section down here. We can use these handles to resize it. Okay, so we resize it and we make this section below bigger enough for the size of a video. And then you have to go back. So this is what I meant by sometimes you have to build the sections yourself. So you have to go back and look for the video element. So in that case, you go to down here to media. So from media, you can just drag a video box, maybe this one or this one, single video players like this one. Just drag it to attach it. Make sure you attach it to the section. In this case, a cell, not the section. So our section includes two cells. The first cell up here, it's going to include the text. So for the text, you're going to get this text right here and use Ctrl D to duplicate it or make a copy. Then click and drag. Want to drag it and attach it to the next cell or the next section. First cell. Now the problem is this space right here, which has been left here. But you can go to, if you select it, the stack, and you go to this icon, this button right here, just click there and you can reduce the space here by maybe go to 15 or 30. Type in 30, use enter, and all that space is gone. And so we go back here down and make sure we have enough space for our text by scaling that or stretching it. And then you have to change the text itself from that to this. So the problem is that in some cases the font was being changed a lot. Now there's also this small text up here. You don't know how we are going to apply that, but let's just go. If you just go back to this black plus button to add an element and choose text and choose paragraph. Text tells this small paragraph here, or it can be this small headline, small heading. So this small heading, just drag it here to your, then edit, click on edit text and use Ctrl V to paste the text that we just copied. Okay, so we need more space again. And also what we want to do is create a stack. Now I showed you how to do this in the last video, and it's very important in order for your content not to get mixed up. So let me show you the importance of creating stacks. Right now we don't have a stack yet. You see this text up here? If you click on it, it's in a stack. You see the word stack there. So let's go to mobile and I show you. If we go to mobile right now, you see this text is okay. But if we scroll down to the new text we just created, you see how disorganized it is. That's because it's not stacked. Now let's go back and stack it and you'll see the difference. So let's to create the stack, first of all you select the first element that you want to put in the stack, and then you hold down the shift key, select the next element, and then the stack button right there, click on stack. Now once that is done, let's go back to the mobile and you see the difference. Now you see how organized it is now. Now the next thing we need to do is maybe stretch this a little bit, stretch it out, and even this side. By the way, if you want to stretch both sides at once, you hold down the Alt key. Now the other thing we might want to do is maybe reduce the size of this text. I think it's too big, and let's compare with this. I think even this one is a little bit big, 48 pixels. So what's the size of this? This is 54 pixels. And another thing here on the tablet form, maybe we want to change this from, right now it's showing like columns, but maybe we can change it to show as rows, which means it's going to be on top of each other. Okay, so just like that. Now it's rows, but we need to give this image more space, more breathing space, so that it can fit in like that. And we need to change to reduce the size of this text, certainly from 48 to maybe 35 for the small devices, or maybe 37. And from the mobile phone, 45 is what they have given it. It's not that bad, so we choose or we change the size of this one also from 48 to 35. Maybe we might want to change it, reduce it a little bit more, and maybe we might want to change this one from capital letters to non-capital letters. Alright, so lastly, for the video, we want to leave some space at the bottom and maybe at the top not so much. So for the bottom, if you scroll down after selecting the video, from the margins, you'll notice those three dots on these lines, these borders. The dot is on the left, which means that's the left padding or the left margin. And right here, the dot, small dot, is on the top. That means that's the top margin or the top padding. And here, the top is on the right, so that means that's the right. And even if I select, you see, is the way it reflects. The way it comes like that up here at the top, notice right here. So next one is the bottom, which we are looking for. So the bottom, we put 35 pixels, and that's how we get space. That's how we space it out. And maybe that's the size of the video you want. If you want to expand it a little bit like that, and if I use Ctrl Z and I use the Alt key to scale both sides like that, both sides at once, holding down the Alt key. Then it's time to choose the video. So you go to change the video and choose which platform. In our case, it's a Vimeo video. And I come here and choose share video and copy the link, this link right here. Okay, copy the link and paste it right here, Ctrl V after using Ctrl C. Okay, now we have our video and we see that we have these black lines on the side. To remove those, hold down the Alt key and crop it a little bit, crop the video. And now the problem seems to go to down there, so I'll hold down the Alt key and scale it a bit again, like that. Alright, so we have replicated this section. Next is we are going to replicate this section here with the badges. These are my badges. I did learn after learning the digital marketing, digital garage. I got certified. I got a Google certificate. I also learned how to create Facebook and Instagram ads. I also got certified with the Facebook blueprint, and right now the certificates I think they sell them. And then I also have these partner badges. After becoming a Wix partner, the first level, the second level was creator, and now I'm in the icon level. Just a few to go to the legendary level. Anyway, so if you notice, this is a slider gallery. It's called the slider gallery. So first of all, the other thing you notice is we have this text which is kind of repeating itself. Same text here. So in that case, we don't have to create new text. We just have to duplicate maybe this section, delete the video, and put the photos instead. So that's how you can save time while building this website. You don't have, as you can see, we even tried to duplicate this text at first. If you want, you can duplicate the button, so you don't have to recreate everything from scratch, right? So that's a cool trick right there, pro trick. Now let's go to that section and duplicate it. Before you duplicate it, you have to make sure it's looking good on all the sections. Now this one has a problem. You forgot to change the size of this text from 48 to 30 what, and also I think we might want to scale this thing. Yeah, stretch it up there so it has more space. And also for the video, there's this button up here which says stretch. You can stretch it to fill the whole screen, but the problem would be this black thing. Now if our video was like 5K resolution, it could be filling up this whole space, but our video I think is just HD video, 1920 by 1080. So that's why it cannot fill the whole space here. If it was it was like 2K 4K video, I think it would be filling up this whole thing. So anyway, let's just try to fit it however we can. Let's do our best. Make sure it fits. And which means we need to do some more work in our landing page, but for now here is what we are going to do. We might change this a little bit. Instead of having the rows, we can have columns for this section. Okay, so instead of having rows, we can have columns like this. So you can drag that and place it here, and you see we have two cells. We can reduce the size of this other cell, so we have enough space for the video. Okay, so we go to the video, click it and scale it a little bit more. Okay, so you see that trick. And then maybe instead of you see this color right here, we didn't put it in our first tab here, so maybe we can put it here in our second one. So if we go back to the home page, but before we go back to the home page, make sure it's also looking nice on the phone. So on the phone, instead of columns, we choose rows. Okay, so it's going to be changing from one screen to another. Remember, we are trying to build something called responsive websites. So first of all, the text is too huge. 35 will be too huge, so maybe 27, and 27 seems to be too small, maybe 30. So 30, and then this video, I think that will work. But what we need to do is, if we go back to the desktop, and then make sure we change the color, the background color, to this color that we want here. Okay, so if we go back to the tablet version, this is what we have, and to the mobile version, this is what we have. Maybe you can reduce the space between this text and the video, but for now I think we can move on to the next section. So we have done that, we have done this, and now we want to do this section. So for this section, as I just mentioned, we can just duplicate this section which already has the text that we want by using duplicate. After selecting the whole section, go to the three dotted line buttons and look for duplicate. You can also use Ctrl D as the shortcut on the keyboard. Command D if you are on the Mac. Okay, so we have this new section that we have duplicated. All we need to do is change the text. Double click, the triple click, double click for just the text, but triple click for the whole line. Okay, and then come here and click to edit and paste the text. Go back to the same. As I told you, we are going to be a little bit fast now, but this size is still a bit big, so maybe it's going to be 45, and then this one again should be the same, so it has to be 45. So that's why you need to first take the first process takes a little bit more time, but after doing some of these, it becomes a little bit faster and a little bit easier, because you know what you are looking for. Now the next thing is for us to delete the video and replace it with this slider. Okay, so select the video and use your backspace to delete it. Go back to this button, add element, and look for gallery or media. So click on media and choose pro gallery. So pro gallery, look for you need a slider. You need a slider. Let's try the wireframes and look for slider show. Okay, that don't work. Let's try the sections. Okay, just go to media and look for pro gallery and look for one of these. Let's go with this. So just click once, okay, and it will apply. All right. Let me put this here. I want to be seeing this. Put my phone up here. Okay, so we have our pro gallery, but for some reason I think we need to first add the media. So let's first add the media and we'll see what next. So these are the photos right now. You can just go to select all, this button here, select all and delete, and then click on add media to add your own photos. Select, you can even add photos if you want, sorry, videos. So you're going to add photos and they are already here. 1 2 3 4, there are 5. 1 2 3 4 5, right, they are already here. So I click one and I hold down the shift key to select the other. And maybe if you want to reorder them, you want to start with Google and then Facebook. Want to start with Google, then Facebook, then this, then the creator, then the icon level. Maybe you want to go to icon, then the creator, then the editor X, and click done. That's it. Maybe now it's time to customize the whole slider. For example, you see it's like a long box, and what you want is like just a square box. So let's go to settings after selecting the gallery, the pro gallery. So as you can see, the Wix Pro gallery is what we are editing. Go to layout and look for whatever layout option that you want. But for us, in our case, this is the layout option that we want. Only that we want to go to customize, and instead of this option, look for 1 and 1. This one will give us the square that we are looking for. That's step 1. So the next step is the spacing. We reduce the spacing to 0. Okay, not 0. Let's say 10. Reduce the spacing to 10. And the next thing is we are going to reduce the size, and also remove. If you go to settings, remove this thing. When clicking on item, we don't want it to open in expanded mode. Let me show you what expanded mode looks like. If we go to preview mode and we click on any of these photos, it opens up in this expanded mode. So that's the expanded mode that we don't want. So going back to the settings, going back to, okay, okay. So going back to the pro gallery settings, go back to the settings, and instead of expanded mode, just say nothing happens. By the way, you can also choose link opens to add a specific link. To choose link appends, you have to go back to manage media and you add those links. So let's say nothing happens. And also for the design, you go to text and say we don't want to display any text or description. But if you want to show the text, you can choose whether to show it at the top, at the bottom, or on the image, and there is alignment of the text and all that. For us, we choose not to show any text. Next is if you go to the buttons, you don't have buttons. Maybe there is the scroll animations. If you want to choose any of those, they are sliding on the side. And the item style is what I want. So from the item style, the hover effect, you see the hover effect, it means if someone hovers, it's going to be like it's zooming in. Okay, maybe I want to leave that maybe for now. And the other thing is, since we have white background, we might want to change our whole section white. Otherwise we might have to look for logos that don't have the white background, which is also another hassle. So you select the section and go to the background color and choose the white color, and that is solved. Next thing is the photos are very poor quality, so if you maybe we scale them down, it might help. So you select it like that and you use these controls to scale it down. What else? Because I wish they could all fit in the 5 logos. I wish they could all fit in but let's just go with those 4 so that we can leave that slider element there. So what next is go, of course, check out the other, they are called breakpoints. So the breakpoints within the screen sizes, and see, or how does it look on the other breakpoints screen sizes. So if you see something weird going on in your editor, in your website editor, the best option would be to first refresh the page. Okay, so let's try to refresh, then you can continue. As I take a sip of water. Okay. How are you guys enjoying this? Are you finding it useful knowledge? Please leave some comments, leave some likes. Already share the video with your friends on Facebook or whatever. They need to know how to build this website, because who doesn't want to work online these days? Who doesn't want to work online in 2020 and beyond? My Wix Studio is acting a bit slow, I must admit. But thank you guys for joining me. I can see we have some people on this. Yeah, I see we have on TikTok. I don't know about, I think, YouTube. Very few people there. But we see some people on TikTok. Okay. Let's check out. Let's be seeing what else we want to build now. This is done. We have done 3 sections so far. And even if we ended the video here, you have enough knowledge to build the other sections of your website. But just in case you want to continue, let's see how to do this. Do I have all these logos with me? Now, this section here, you can use this section. By the way, this is a similar section like this one, just the settings, just because the logos are very many. So you can change the settings to display more than one column or one row, column or row. That's a row, I believe. So more rows and more columns, and then you have still a slider. So all these ones are my my partners, affiliate partners. So each of these I've put link. I've just showed you a setting where you can set the setting to open a link. If someone clicks on this, it opens a link. So I've set all these links to be my affiliate links. If anyone clicks on this, takes them to my affiliate link. Yeah, it takes them to the page, my affiliate page, a landing page. Same with all these others. Of course, there are some which don't have affiliate links. So like this one, there's no link. Okay, so next, I think we might even skip this part because it's just the same as this one. So you just take this as your challenge or as your homework so that you can create something like this, right? So for the text, of course, we have to skip that too because we already created text up here. But just in case, let's just create that. So after refreshing the page, after refreshing your editor, usually it takes you back to the home page. So what you want to do is go back to the pages here and select the correct page that you were editing before. So we go back to the about page, and we are going to duplicate this section. select it once, use these three dotted buttons, go to duplicate. You can use Control D as the shortcut on your keyboard, or Command D on Mac. So we have a copy down here. What we want to do is we want to delete the photo and we just want the text. So the photo is in another cell. Just select the cell and use backspace to delete it. That's all we need to do, and we have the text only now. So we just need to copy this text. Ctrl C, triple click to copy it. Ctrl C, come here and select the stack and then the text within the stack, and then we need this small text too. So for this small text, this small headline, you can just add it from here, or you can duplicate it from here. You can just select it and use Ctrl D. Okay, and then click and drag it away from that stack and bring it up to this stack and place it there using drag and drop, remember. Okay, next is stretch this one, stretch it up to the end, and use edit text to paste the previous text we just copied. Also, we need to add this to the stack. So first of all, select the stack. I already added to the stack because we attached it to the stack. So what we need to do is maybe reduce the space here from 30 pixels to maybe 15 or 10 pixels would be good. Let's use 15 pixels, but you might have to take it back to 10 pixels. And another thing, we are going to reduce maybe from this side. Okay. And another thing, lastly, we are going to move this section, apply this background color, and move the section below this slider gallery. So first of all, select the section and choose the background color to this one, and use the buttons. These buttons, use the move down. Okay, you can move it up. Other sections you can move it down. So move it down below and move it down again. Okay, so we see that we need to leave some space up here. Need some spacing for this, so we need to use this to scale down, to stretch, to increase the size of that cell. Okay, and we need to reduce the size to reduce this space here. So we use these controls again to reduce the size of this cell, like that, and make sure it looks good, looks neat on all devices. Now it seems like we still have to move it down. Yeah, just do that. Select using the three dotted lines, go to move down, and move down again. Okay, are you guys following? So we have that now. Next is maybe we want to duplicate the video. We want to duplicate the video section and add another reel. Now this show reel is from YouTube. So the first one was from Vimeo. It's for 2018. Then I have another show reel for 2021. It's on YouTube. Let me just do that. Duplicate this section up here. And first of all, before we do that, let's first make sure we correct this. So here is the thing. Instead of choosing rows, we can leave it to columns, and we can do some editing to this pro gallery. So first of all, we can scale it up like this. And maybe scale it like this. And then the next thing is we go to settings and we make sure we have more than one line, if that's possible. Okay, not manage media. It's not what we are looking for. Go to close manage media or pop-up. Go to customize, and for our option, I think we cannot choose how many to display, but if you want to use any of these other maybe blocks, maybe you can change it to blocks. Now if you change it to blocks, so grid, if you change it to grid and go back to customize layout, go back to this one, it has to be in square mode. We have 4 logos now, but if you want, you can see that it is 2 logos per row. Okay, then we have more logos, or we say 3 logos per row. And then now we have more logos. So here's another thing we can do is maybe use this button to stretch the whole thing like that. Now still cuts off this other logo. That's the problem. So let me unstretch that. We are not seeing our other logo. Okay, and you're not seeing our other logo. Let me see how we can fix this very quick. We go back to settings. First of all, we need more space for this. Let's first do this. Scale it up a little bit like this. Yeah, scale it up a little bit like this. And maybe you can remove these top margins. Maybe you can reduce it from 76 pixels to 30 pixels. And then let's go back to settings. From the layout settings, images per row, set items per row, or we say fit to screen, which is going to disorganize everything. I'm not sure why this is cutting off right here. So maybe we are going to go back to our slider. So we can continue for now. Go back to layout, choose the slider, and go back to the sections layout, choose rows instead of columns. For the tablet mode, we are also going to do the same for the mobile version. So we need to also leave some space below. So that's the margins here, and below the margins below we need to put maybe 30 pixels as breathing space. So we put that, And we also move, I think we move this a little bit up here, create more breathing space. Okay, what else is you go to the mobile version and make sure everything looks good. And we need to move one of these sections below. First of all, we need to make sure this text, try to fit it. And we need to move okay, we don't have our logos here. I'm not sure why we don't see our logos here. Let's look for select that from the layers panel. So from the layers panel, look for that section grid, look for the pro gallery. So the pro gallery is behaving in some way. So let's try to stretch it. Now it comes back. So that's called debugging, not debugging. That is rectify. Let's call it rectifying. So that issue is rectified. But here is the thing with we only have two logos, so we are going to reduce the size again. Let's first unstretch it and you see where it goes. Okay, so now it comes back, so we can stretch it like this and like this. And we are going to do something about this button so that it's visible enough. But what you can do, maybe on the mobile version, you can choose that layout there, the grid layout. So we go back to settings and go to layout and choose grid, and go to customize layout and choose 1 on 1, which is the square. Reduce the space up to like 5 pixels. Okay, and what else? The item style, don't need the item style. Now what we see is the grid is not working as I thought it would. Let's try something. Maybe if we try to reduce the space, if we see if anything changes. It is showing one item per row. That's what I'm saying, one item per row. This is not what we want. We want at least 2 items per row. So let's look for that settings. If we go back to customize layout, we see images per row showing 1 item per row. So let's say 2 items per row. So we see 2 images. Okay, that's better. And I think we can leave it to that. Maybe if there's a design, if there's a setting in the items which can center the items, that would be also cool. It's not there. So to remove this white space and this white space, just go here, use those handles like that. Okay, it's been reduced a bit. Reduce it again, and there we go. So the next step is we go back and look for what else we haven't created yet. Let's reduce it a bit. Let's reduce it again. That's how you edit your slider gallery on all the other breakpoints. Remember, we said these are called breakpoints. The breakpoints happen between screen sizes. So in this case, we have squeezed it too much. Let's resize it a bit, give it some breathing space. like that. And also this text, give it some breathing space. Okay, there's a lot of work to do here because we have to make sure that the space between here and here is almost the space between here and here. It has to be the same space, but we look at that later when we have the whole structure of the whole website. Our website structure is done. Okay, that was a long one of editing the layout of this. If we go to tablet mode, that's how it looks like. If we go to the mobile version, this is how it looks like. Okay, let's go back. We go back to the desktop version and we do more edits. For example, we want to duplicate the other section of the video and change the video to the YouTube video here, the reel for 2020 2021. Now when we come back to the desktop, we notice that our pro gallery is again disappearing. So let's go back to layers and see what's going on. So the pro gallery is here. Maybe we can use the stretch button. Stretch button maybe would help. But if we can go back to the settings here and the layout settings, go to customize layout. Nothing much to change here. Maybe the spacing, maybe from 10 pixels to 5 pixels, and we see if that will make any change. Okay, that made any changes. So let's first duplicate this this select it once the section, go to the three dotted line button, click on duplicate, or just use Ctrl D to duplicate it, and then we need to move it down below. So use this button, these three dots, and use the move down button, and then you have to move it down again. And by the way, on the mobile phone, it seems like there's some other element had to move down. So let's change the background color to white and also change the text to this. Copy by using a triple click. Text done. Section, select the section, go to color and choose the white color, and go to the video and use the button that says change video, and go to the restore reel and use this share button to get the share link, the link to share. Just click on the link you have copied it, and then go back to your website builder. Instead of Vimeo, make sure you choose YouTube as your source and you paste the video here. That's it. That's how you embed YouTube videos into your website. Okay, so we have this one done too. That's there, just by duplicating there the first one. All right, now we have this section. It's a very powerful section. My friends, sit tight. So this one is the next section to build. Here is the thing. As usual, just go to add section. Let's just take a 3 seconds break. Take a sip of water. Okay, click on add section and go to design sections. You can also use the grid layout if you want. That's probably for the pros like you and me. Okay, so go to about and look for, okay, no, that's services. Look for services, because when you look at this section here, it's talking about the services offered. So basically I think we need to look for services, and in our case, section like this or section like this. There's another section like this one. Let's try the wireframes. Okay, I think we have what we are looking for from the wireframes. So from wireframes, you can choose this one. There is also, if you want to include photos in your services, there is these options. There's also this option here. I think we should go with this option. Now we have 6 services. That means we might want to use. We're going to do some editing to that, but you can use this one also. Let's try to see if there's something better. I think we are going to use cards from the wireframes, and we choose the second one here. That one will do for us. And then what we are going to do is we want 3 by 3. So that's the next step. So here is what we are going to do. From this is called a repeater element. Here, this is called a repeater. And what a repeater helps you do is it helps you design multiple items that are the same design and layout. So for example, if we did uh, select the stack here and removed this button from this item, all the other items the button will be removed from all the other items. That's the repeater. That's power of repeaters. So if we move this icon here, they will all be removed. But the good thing is you can customize each separately. That's the power of repeaters. Okay, so if we change, for example, the color of this one from white to this one, you see all of them they change once. That's the color of repeaters, but we don't want that color. In fact, we want the opposite. So let's change the color, the background color of this cell to this, and as well as this one for the services to this. There's also this section here I don't understand. If you want, you can add an image there, the background. So we have 4 items, but we want 3 on the first line and 3 on the bottom line. So first thing we are going to do is, now we know that we need 6 of them. Just go to add item and add item, and add item again. So we have 6, and then we go to settings. On the right hand side in the inspector panel, scroll down and look for the gaps, for the number of items. So set items per row, number of items 3 instead of 4. Okay, that's it. That's the first step. Then the gaps, Maybe we reduce the gaps from 24 to 10. Okay. Next is we start copying and pasting the text. Okay. Copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Who else likes copy and paste? Hands up. Copy and paste. Uh, this is something we shouldn't be doing here on the live show. This is something we should be leaving you to do for yourself. But since you have joined in, why not show you everything? Let me show you everything. So what else is remaining? We have the testimonials section, and we have the contact form section. So two sections to go. Okay. Yeah. Great work. Great work. Two sections to go. Two sections to go. So call it the website design, some of the services offered. I use triple click. I use triple click. First of all, select the stack and then we select the text. Okay, this is services offered or the steps. Okay, that's done. Pasting the text. Now we need this button right here. So that's where duplicating the button comes in. Maybe we can duplicate the other button. The button we did customize up here, the red block button. You can duplicate that one and bring it down below. It's also this one, but I don't know why it looks a little bit weird. And I believe this one needs some editing. So first things first, let's change this text. So I have to change this one text to be from the actual website. It's pop-up. Email newsletter pop-up. Underline, you notice the underline right here, and I think this text is also linked. Let's remove the link. Go to none, no link. And the title should be our services offered. Okay. Services offered. Might take some time to edit the button, but first of all, let's remove the round corners, the round radius, take it to 0, and for the scaling, use use Alt key and use the control to scale it both sides. And the next thing is, I think that's the section. Section is done. We have the button there. We have um, just copy the link, and make sure that this button takes people to the agency website by using web address URL. Paste the URL there, and it's going to be opening in a new window. So just click on done, and we have that. So the next thing is to make sure this looks good on the tablet mode as well as the mobile phone. So in the tablet mode it will stay like that, but in the phone we might want to make it a slider. Okay, so there's two text here I don't understand. Let's take a look here at the home page, the actual home page. So after this text there is another text, which is this one. So this text is supposed to be below there. So this one is supposed to go down below almost everything, just at the top of this other element we have just created, the services section. Okay, so this one is supposed to go down below until it reaches at the top of the services section. Okay, now we have that, and then the services offered. So for the services, for this section here, I think we might have to add an image so that it just looks almost the same as this one. Okay, we are going to add an image there. So let's come to that, but most importantly we want to finish these other sections. So let's first create the testimonials section, right? So let's go back to the editor, and for now we don't have any issues with the mobile version. Maybe we just reduce the spacing by selecting the items. They are right now displayed in cards, but we can display them as sliders or as a list. So we want to reduce. If you select it and go back to the right hand side, the inspectors panel, and look for the gaps. So instead of 24 pixels we go to maybe 10 pixels or even 5 pixels, since it's on mobile phone. Okay, so 10 pixels, let's leave that for now as is. And we also move these services down. So that means we need to take this partners section, we need to take it up. Okay, so I think our website is coming together, right? Yeah. So we need more space. We don't want the website to be too long. That's the reason why we are going to change. Okay, this text is supposed to go, let's see, text is supposed to go in between the videos below this slider, right? Yeah, below the slider, but on top of the next show reel. So this show reel it's going below, move down. So I'm not sure why the arrangement gets disorganized when it comes to mobile, but in any case, this is how you rearrange. This is how you rearrange the sections. You need to let's go back and see the video is just directly on top of the services. You guys, you should know you need some good RAM in your machine for this stuff, because now notice this tab alone is taking up 2.7 GB, 2.7 GB memory. Okay, that's it with the rearrangement. Next is the testimonials section. Okay, so to do that, you go back to the desktop version, desktop mode, and of course add a new section as usual. Okay. All right. So go to design sections and look for testimonials. So the way we see our testimonials is we have this small photo on the right. Maybe in that case we can use this one, this option. Maybe you can also use this example, but let's just use this one. Actually, let's use the slider one. But I believe even for this one you can change it to a slider if you select the elements, and instead of showing cards, you go to slider like that. Okay, I think let's go with this one, and let's copy some of the text for. Actually, let's go with the other. Let's delete this one. Go back to add section and go to design section. Go to testimonials. Now there is wireframes. Under wireframes we have slider show. So from slider shows we can get some testimonial section template. But let's use the actual testimonial template. Let's use this one. All right. So color of course, number one would be the changing the color of this background to dark green and changing the color of the text to white so it's visible enough, and also changing the font, probably changing the font or the font size from 41 pixels to 30 pixels, 35 pixels. And now it's time to paste the info. And make sure we have make sure the text is white so it's visible enough. This is too much text, so let's reduce the font size again. Font size from 35 pixels to maybe 27. And the color to white, as well as the name to this one, and the quotation icon to which color, this one maybe, and then the photo. So if you want to change the other items again, select this and go to the layers panel and look for the testimonials section. Within it you'll find the other cells. Right now we only have two cells, the one I just edited and the second one. Okay, this happens that this is not a slider. Seems like this is not a slider. So how are we going to do this? You can create a new one, going to new section and recreating the previous one. Slider. I thought it's a slider. I believe it's a slider. So for this stacks, instead of cards, let's choose slider for it. And you can go on to choose the photo, change the color as I just showed you, and the rest. And you also need the title here to go along with this title. So for the title, we are going to, let's first delete this one. I like the way it looks, but unfortunately it has to go. Okay, so we need a title. So here's the thing, we can go to this section and go to add a cell and choose at the top. So add a cell at the top and we can place our text, our title in that top cell. This one right here. So right now it's blank. go to add elements and we look for the text and we add heading 1 and paste our text for the heading. But remember, this heading comes with a huge font size, so we go back to and change it to 45. Was it 45 or was it 37? And click on edit to paste the text in there. And another thing we are going to do is make sure the text is aligned to the center, and make sure it's in the center by using the help of these guidelines. And maybe the small text here, we can also bring the small text. Now here's the thing, you can just duplicate this text, place it at the top, and change the style to heading 5 and edit the text, replace it with Control V. After using Control C up there, next is we get that stack to avoid these elements from overlapping with each other while in the mobile version or the other breakpoints. So select one, hold down the shift key to select the next item and use the stack to stack those. Next is we are going to change the background color to this one, and make sure also the background color of each of these. This is also another repeater. Remember, I explained to you how the repeaters work. So make sure the color of this background is this same color, and then make sure the rest are also visible enough by changing the colors based on your color palette. Okay, and I hope you know what we are doing here, because by now you should of course know what we are doing. So that's almost the section done. The remaining stuff is for me. The remaining task is for me to copy and paste and make sure it fits. So the idea I have here is to expand, to resize these elements so they are long enough. Maybe we have two per page. I wanted even one per page, but maybe two. So resize by holding down the Alt key. And go back to copy the text, Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Uh, Ctrl C, edit, Ctrl V. Let's paste the second one and move on. So these ones are actual testimonials from real customers who I helped out with their websites and all that. And if you read it, you will know that we don't just do websites, we do quality work to satisfy the customers. Okay. Alright, so those are two. We can add the rest later. But maybe what you can do is maybe change the alignment align these to the left or leave them to the center as they are right now. So the last section is the contact. Okay. Kudos to you if you are still around up to this stage. Last stage here is the contact form. So let's work with the contact forms. And in the last video, in the recent video, I showed you how to work with Wix forms, because Wix has made it very easy now to create forms. You create forms from the dashboard and you just place the form from here. So let's create a section for the contact form. So looking through some of the designed sections, we can see if we find something that we can use for our own. Services, products, but probably in the okay. There's a new section that they have introduced called the business info, but it also includes the map. If you want to include the map for your location, all that, probably don't need it. Don't need the map. It's online business, no physical location. But if you put the map there, you have to paste location so that people can get directions to your office or your physical shop. Okay, so here's the thing we are going to do. Instead of using these design sections, or instead of using a wireframe, we are just going to use grid layout. So click on grid layout and select this section grid with two cells. Okay. Okay. Here is the thing. There's another section that we created that's a bit similar to that. I think this is the one. So maybe we can duplicate this section, and then instead of the video we can delete the video and put our form there. Okay, so instead of creating something new, we can just duplicate it. Let's say we duplicate this one because it was the same as the other, and when you duplicate, you have saved yourself a lot of time of re-editing throughout the other breakpoints, especially if you had edited it at first. That's why we have been editing, going back and forth through these breakpoints, the tablet and the mobile phone. Okay, so that if you duplicate an element, you don't have to edit it again. Now, in our case, we want to paste this text. Scale it a little bit and edit text and paste my this small 1 hour 7.8. So let's say this small text is going to be in capital letters: Pro Digital Marketing Services, or let's say it's going to be for Pro Digital Marketing Services. And I wonder if I placed this text here, still not coming out as I was expecting. Let's start from here. Raw. Another thing we are going to do is make sure that all this text is center aligned. There's no reason we shouldn't center align this text because the video is in the center of the section. So make sure all this text is center aligned like that, I guess. And same with this one here. The reason I did left alignment is because this one was left aligned, and when it comes to the mobile phone we might end up also doing left alignment. So let's leave it to left alignment for now. Alignment. Let's be leaving the text left aligned. Okay, next is we need to delete this video and place our contact form. So first of all, let's scale this scale or stretch it up to create space for the contact form, and then go to add elements, add elements, and look for the see where you see contact and forms. If you click that, you just click once, or you click, hold, and drag and drop the form that you want. All those type, all these are types of forms. There's a contact form, there's subscribe form, order form for online store, and there's also a donate forms. So there's this other old type of forms, but there's this new type of form which is recreated from the dashboard. So drag and drop the form that you want to your section or to your cell, and that's it. That's how you uh, but that's not how you create forms. If you want to create forms, you go to the dashboard. I showed you that in the last tutorial. If you want to create forms from the add elements, instead of selecting these already designed forms, you just go to create new form. Now this is going to redirect you to the Wix dashboard, and from there you can create your own form, and you can come back to the Wix editor and place it on any page. Okay, so this has saved us a lot of time, and it has saved us it has solved the issue of recreating forms, because in the old way you would have to create a form for each page, but now you can have one form and place it on any other page that you want. Okay, so this is how you create forms. I showed you the whole process in the last video, so we aren't going to create any form for now. We're just going to use the available one, but you can just drag and drop these elements here: one, two, email, three, phone number. See how easy it is, just clicking. Then you can look for more. Maybe you want people to upload a file, maybe you want people to you want to include a link, you want people to include a link while they are signing up for the form. You want to include some product or pricing, some specific button, all that. So now that you have created that form, it's going to be there in the Google Ads, sorry, in the Wix. This guy with Google. It's going to be there in the Wix forms. So let's delete this one and let's use this one, which is already here. So what we can do is use this form. I think we can do the same for all this. Instead of using this mode of display, we can just use the columns, right? Only that we have to rearrange stuff here, re-edit. Now we can display it like that. Don't have to waste our space. Then for the form, that's the background color here. We have a dark green background color. Can change that and change the text to white so that it's visible enough. And lastly, the contact form is ready to go. Only a little bit of space, breathing space down below, which we can add by going to the margins and adding 35 pixels at the bottom of the. You can tell it's at the bottom by this small dot on this border, and a small dot on the left, small dot on the top, small dot on the right. That's how you leave the spaces. And if you want, you can even stretch this form to fill the whole. Maybe you can leave some space around. Let's say we don't want to leave space at the top, but you want to leave some space on the sides. On the right, 35 pixels or maybe 59 pixels, and I can copy this to the left and to the bottom, not at the top. See that? Have some spacing around. Maybe you can change it from 59 to 79. Copy it, paste it. Now at the bottom, instead of 79, you can go back to 35. Alright. So now it seems like it's at the top of the services and it's supposed to be the last. This section is supposed to be the last one at the bottom, just before the footer. So let's move it down. I've already showed you how to do that. And then the testimonials, again, they are supposed to be just on top of the contact form. So let's move the contact form below the testimonials. Alright, so that's it. I think that's it for the video, for today's video. I believe you have got everything that you need. And this last section, you can just duplicate one of these, maybe this one. By the way, we wanted to add an image to this one. Maybe we can add a cell on the right or on the left. Let's add it on the right. Let's see up here. Yeah, let's add it on the right. Add a cell by using this button right here. So I've added it on the right, and I want to make that a photo. First of all, make sure the text has enough breathing space. Okay. Let's reduce the space a little bit. Image, you need a photo here. Just go to add elements and go to media and just drag a photo. single image, drag it right here. And what else you can do is click on stretch to stretch it up and change the image. So let's see if I can find some other photo. Let's use that. So this photo is trying to reflect, maybe it's trying to tell some story, something like that. So we search, let's search for uh, website. Sorry, Uganda, Kampala. Nothing to show. Let's try unsplash.com. See if they have some photos of Kampala, Uganda. Okay, get it. Let's go with this one. So the photo tells some kind of story where this guy comes from, and this text here is still too huge. It's not supposed to be 54 pixels, but 70, sorry, 37 pixels. Okay, next, let's make sure even this one is 37 pixels, not 45 pixels. To make sure everything here is everything. Anyways, and last one here is, let's delete it instead. Delete this one. You can easily duplicate this one and take it down below. Let's first make sure we have some spacing for this one at the bottom. This must be the padding at the bottom. Okay, so I think that's it for the video, and thank you very much guys for joining me. This section you can just duplicate the other one. take it as your assignment. Get that and go on, edit it, do something for yourself today. The other assignment is try to recreate something like this using the method you have learned by creating this one. So in order to close off the video, I'll just check on the mobile version, on the other breakpoints, the tablet mode and the mobile version, and see how it looks like before we close the video. So we'll have some space and then we can click on this and try to stretch it. If you want, you can leave some spaces there. The pad, we're using the padding here. So top and bottom padding, we put like 10 pixels. Okay, and okay, so for the testimonials on the mobile, on the tablet version, we are going to change this from cards to sliders. Okay, need a slider because even on the desktop it's a slider. Right, we need a slider like this one, and then we need to expand this content so that maybe we have at least only two testimonials per slider. Okay, that's another step. Okay, so we make sure the content within the slider okay, and then the spacing here from 28 to maybe 10 pixels. Okay, all right, and from 28 to maybe 15 pixels or 20, you can just leave 20. All right, and what else? For the video, for this section, we are going to do what we call swap content. So instead of this text being here and the photo being here, I want the photo to be the first. So we get this button here in the cell and use that hand to swap till you see the word swap content. Okay, you see the word, let's see. Let me scroll up and I'll try again and you see swap content. That's what we are talking about. So swap the content, the one which has been here goes there, down there, and the one which has been down there comes here. That's swapping the content. So and then we reduce the size of this a little bit, as well as the size of this one a little bit, like that. Right, next, I think that's it. The text I think still looks big, it's not the same font size that I wanted. 57. And also for this one, maybe could make this one a slider too, since their services I want them to stay there. Maybe changing the icons, replacing the icons. And rearranging this, because this one is supposed to be on this rearrangement. So this contact form is supposed to be down below, just before the footer. So let's move it there. And let me take a sip of water right there. Okay, move it again once more. Okay, move it once more so it goes below the testimonials. Alright, now that's the order, except that services are supposed to come just after the testimonials. So let's move the services down below. So at the beginning of the video, I told you we are creating a portfolio website, and I've showed you how to do that. But you can also use this one as a your services website if you have an agency. Okay, if you offer any consulting services. Down. If you offer 3D modeling, you can place your showreels here. Whatever I think you can convert this video into a business site. Yeah, it could work out really fine. Okay, so we have the services just after the testimonials, and then we have that showreel, which is supposed to be this one here. So I'll have to move it down. I think I might have to do the same on the mobile. Seems like there's a little bit of mix up. Okay, so the rest of the editing can take time and see how you can improve. But for the basics, I think I've given you the tips and tricks that you need. So again, we are going to swap content here on the mobile so that the photo would be the first. Exchange the photo for the text. Okay, so these two cells, we are exchanging the content, or we are swapping the content for these two cells in this section, and scaling or stretching this image out a bit, and moving the contact section, moving it down just near, just after, just before the footer, as where this contact is supposed to be. Let's move it again. Right, and then we have the testimonials and the services, and then the show reel. Then this section which we have added the photo to, and then the partner badges, and show another show reel, and right. So that's it. Looking good on all the breakpoints. Okay, so I hope now you have all the skills to build a website. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, or you can WhatsApp me. The link is on the website at mugabeimran.com. So I appreciate you joining me in this course. It's a free website building course, drag and drop. Not actually free. I think it might be paid to some platforms. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. If you found this helpful, be sure to leave a like, leave some comments, and share the video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that and click on the bell notification button. That way, when we release a new video, you will be notified right away. Alright, thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video, the next week's studio tutorial about building responsive websites. So share with me what you have built, and let's see what the students have got. So